Alex hurried down the corridor of the starship Horizon's Edge, his backpack bouncing against his back. He was already late. Again, his mind was racing with thoughts about the repair logs he needed to finish, and the simulation tests he had promised to run before the day ended. The ship's hum was soothing, but also a constant reminder of its complexity. Pipes ran along the walls, blinking lights signaled data flow, and the soft whir of machinery created a rhythm that Alex found strangely comforting. But today, the rhythm was interrupted by his own clumsiness. Just a quick check, then straight to the lab, he muttered to himself, stepping around a maintenance droid that beeped at him. The droid was small, about the size of a large loaf of bread, and its single eye rotated like a camera lens as it scanned the corridor. "Move aside, buddy," Alex said, ducking past it. He was almost at the captain's lab when he heard voices. Not just voices, but a tone he hadn't expected: laughter. The kind that belonged to someone completely relaxed. He frowned. The captain's laugh was rare, usually reserved for serious or celebratory moments. He stopped outside the door, wondering if he should knock, but curiosity got the better of him. He slowly pushed the door open. Inside, Captain Leora was adjusting a strange suit mounted on a stand. It had metallic plates, glowing circuits, and an aura of importance that Alex couldn't quite put into words. She was moving quickly, almost like a dancer, aligning parts and flipping switches. Her back was to him, and she seemed completely absorbed. Alex froze. He had no idea what to do. He had never seen the captain like this, so focused, so human, in a way he didn't expect from the legendary leader of the Horizon's Edge. Hello?" he said finally, his voice breaking the silence. The captain spun around, startled, one hand still holding a panel of the exosuit. Her eyes widened, and then a small smirk appeared on her face. "Alex," she said calmly, though a hint of amusement lingered in her voice. "We're agreed you didn't see a thing, right?" Alex blinked. I didn't." "Exactly," she interrupted, holding up a hand. "Not a word. Ever. This is top secret. What you just walked in on never happened. Understand?" Alex nodded quickly, suddenly very aware of how awkward he was. "Yes. Totally. I didn't see anything." The captain raised an eyebrow. "Good. Now, step away from the suit before you break it." Alex obeyed, but his curiosity was growing stronger by the second. "What is it?" he asked, almost unable to help himself. "It looks amazing." Captain Leora hesitated, clearly deciding how much to reveal. Then she sighed. "It's an exosuit, Alex. A prototype that enhances strength, speed, reflexes, everything a human might need in extreme environments. It's part of a larger project. Something humanity hopes will give us an edge in the coming conflicts." Alex's eyes widened. "You mean?" She nodded, her expression serious now. "Yes. The scouts have been spotted near our colonies. We don't know their full strength yet. But we have to be ready." Alex swallowed hard. He had always dreamed of contributing to humanity's space missions, but he never expected to be caught in the middle of something classified and critical. His heart raced, not from fear, but from excitement. You can't tell anyone," Leora said firmly, noticing the look on his face. "Not even your closest friends. The fewer people who know, the safer we all are. Can you handle that?" Alex nodded, trying to appear serious. "Absolutely. I won't tell a soul." "Good." She gave him a small nod, then returned to her work, adjusting a glowing panel on the suit. "Now, can you help me run some diagnostics?" Alex blinked in surprise. "Me?" "Yes, you. Engineers are smart, and you have quick thinking. Plus, you have no idea how often fresh eyes solve problems the veterans miss." She gave him a look that mixed humor with challenge. "I want this suit perfect. Can I count on you?" Alex grinned. This was exactly the kind of chance he had been hoping for, even if it started with embarrassment. You can count on me." For the next few hours, Alex assisted the captain, checking circuits, recalibrating energy flows, and testing micro-adjustments. The suit seemed alive under their hands, responding to each tweak with glowing pulses of light and soft mechanical hums. Alex realized that it wasn't just technology, it was a testament to human ingenuity. Every wire, panel, and circuit reflected careful thought, innovation, and courage. During a short break, Alex leaned against the console, watching Leora as she made final adjustments. He noticed how focused she was, how her hands moved with precision, and how her mind seemed to calculate several steps ahead at once. It was inspiring. "You know," Alex said cautiously, "humans are really amazing. I mean, look at this suit. And you, leading all of this." The captain smiled faintly. "We are, aren't we? But it's not just me. It's the crew, the engineers, the scientists, humanity as a whole. We survive because we adapt. We think. We push boundaries." Alex nodded slowly, feeling a spark of pride. For the first time, he truly understood the phrase, "humanity has an edge." It wasn't weapons or technology alone, it was cleverness, creativity, and courage. Suddenly, an alert sounded on the ship's console. Red lights blinked. Leora's expression sharpened. "Check the scanners, Alex," she ordered. Alex ran to the console and saw what the sensors had detected: an unidentified object approaching the outer perimeter of the ship's sensor range. It was fast, precise, and moving in a formation that suggested intelligence. "Aliens?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. Leora nodded. "Likely scouts, and they're closer than we expected." This is exactly why the exosuit is so important, and why you needed to see it. By accident or not, you're now part of this mission. Alex's heart pounded in his chest, equal parts fear and excitement. He had walked in by mistake, yet that mistake had pulled him into something incredible. And somehow, he had a feeling that the coming days would test everything he knew about himself and about humanity. The captain turned back to the suit. "Get ready, Alex. Today, you start learning what it truly means to be human in the vastness of space. And trust me," she smirked. "You're going to see humans do things aliens can't even imagine." Alex swallowed hard, a grin spreading across his face. "I won't let you down, Captain." Leora nodded, adjusting a panel of the suit one last time. "Good. Now, let's see what humans can really do." The door sealed behind them, the lights dimmed, and the ship hummed with purpose. Outside, the stars stretched endlessly, full of unknown dangers but also opportunities, and inside the lab, humanity's cleverness, determination, and heart were about to make history. Alex realized one thing clearly: accidents could lead to the greatest adventures. And in that moment, he felt ready for whatever came next. The next morning, Alex stood in the training bay of the Horizon's Edge, his heart pounding with anticipation. The room was enormous, stretching as far as he could see, filled with holographic targets, simulation panels, and safety nets. In the center stood the exosuit, shining under the overhead lights like a futuristic knight waiting for its squire. Captain Leora was already there, her arms crossed and a small smile tugging at the corner of her mouth. "Morning, Alex," she said. "Ready to start your first lesson?" Alex nodded, though his hands were slightly trembling. "Yes, Captain. I'm ready." Leora gestured toward the suit. "First, you need to understand that this isn't just a machine. It responds to your movements, your thoughts, your timing. If you hesitate, it hesitates. If you think clearly, it enhances your instincts. You will be tested not just physically, but mentally. Do you understand?" I think so," Alex said, feeling the weight of responsibility pressing on his shoulders. "Good." Leora helped him into the exosuit. It felt heavy at first, like a metal shell that resisted movement. But then, with a soft whir, the suit adjusted to his body, distributing the weight evenly. The circuits hummed, and he could feel his reflexes sharpening almost immediately. His steps became lighter, faster, more precise. Alex took a cautious step forward and nearly stumbled. The suit corrected his balance instantly. His eyes widened. "This is incredible," he whispered. "Focus," Leora said sharply, though her eyes twinkled with amusement. "Incredible isn't enough. You need control. Move through the course." A series of holographic obstacles appeared in the training bay. Walls rose, floors shifted, and targets popped up in unpredictable patterns. Alex's first instinct was to rush, but the suit's sensors gave him subtle feedback. He slowed, focused, and let the suit guide his movements. To his amazement, he dodged, jumped, and sprinted with precision he had never thought possible. "Not bad," Leora said, watching him. "But humans are creative, Alex. That's your real advantage. The suit can enhance your abilities, but it can't think for you. You have to anticipate, improvise, and adapt." "Do you think you can do that?" Alex took a deep breath. "I'll try my best." The next exercise was even more challenging. A series of fast-moving drones zipped toward him from every direction. Their paths were unpredictable, designed to overwhelm even the most skilled pilots. The suit's HUD displayed trajectory lines, but Alex knew relying only on technology wasn't enough. He had to outsmart the drones. He noticed a pattern. The drones always hesitated for a split second after changing direction. Using that fraction of a second, he sidestepped, leaped, and even grabbed one of the drones mid-air, disarming it before it could retreat. Leora's mouth curved into a proud smile. "Impressive," she said. "You see? Humans can do things machines can't predict. That's why we survive. Cleverness, intuition, and adaptability. That's your real power." Alex grinned. "I think I understand now. It's not just about strength or speed. It's about thinking ahead." "Exactly," Leora said. "Now, let's make things a bit harder. Omo in the Monbul hymn of Verdi Sation's will. A better climb. Of go will say go into stop tube, of Leora." The next simulation involved multiple layers of hazards, retracting walls, sudden laser grids, and moving platforms over deep chasms. Alex's heart raced as he navigated the maze. Every step required split-second decisions. He learned quickly that rushing led to mistakes, while pausing to analyze the situation allowed him to move efficiently. Halfway through, a mechanical arm swung toward him, faster than he could react. But instinctively, he grabbed a nearby rope, swung, and landed perfectly on the other side. The suit had enhanced his strength, yes, but it was his quick thinking and creativity that saved him. Leora clapped once, sharply. "That's it. That's human ingenuity at work. Remember this feeling, Alex. That combination of skill and brain, that's what makes humans special." Alex felt a surge of pride. For the first time, he truly believed in the human edge, the idea that humans, with their cleverness, courage, and adaptability, could face any challenge, even against superior alien technology. After a short break, Leora introduced a final test. A mock alien encounter. Holographic figures with glowing armor appeared, moving strategically as if they were intelligent opponents. The goal wasn't just to defeat them but to analyze their patterns, predict their moves, and respond creatively. Alex took a deep breath and stepped forward. The first alien attacked, and he dodged, using the suit to leap higher than he ever could naturally. Another came from behind, but he remembered the hesitation trick from earlier. Timing his movements, he sidestepped and sent a non-lethal energy pulse toward it, disabling its shields. The simulation became increasingly chaotic, with multiple aliens attacking simultaneously. Alex relied on both the suit and his mind. He improvised barriers from environmental objects, used momentum to swing across gaps, and even tricked some holographic enemies into colliding with one another. By the end of the exercise, Alex was panting but exhilarated. The final scoreboard flashed. Efficiency 98%. Creativity 100%. Leora's eyes shone with approval. "You did exceptionally well, Alex," she said. "You're learning fast. Not just the suit, but how to be human under pressure. That's what counts." Alex smiled, feeling a thrill he had never experienced before. "Thank you, Captain. I didn't think I could do all this." "You did," she said simply. "Because humans never give up. We find solutions. We adapt. That's what aliens often forget when they underestimate us. Strength, speed, intelligence combined with creativity. That's the human edge." Alex realized she was right. The exosuit was amazing, but without his cleverness and courage, it wouldn't have mattered. Humans were more than machines. They were inventors, problem solvers, and quick thinkers. He felt proud to be part of that legacy. "Ready for the next phase?" Leora asked. Alex hesitated for a moment, then nodded firmly. "Yes, Captain. Let's do it." She led him to a separate section of the training bay, where a large transparent dome contained a simulated asteroid field. Floating rocks of various sizes shifted unpredictably, and tiny energy pulses zipped past at high speeds. The challenge: navigate the field while retrieving data modules scattered throughout. Alex studied the field carefully. "This is going to be tricky," he said. "Exactly," Leora replied. "And tricky is where humans shine. Remember, don't just react, plan, anticipate, and adapt." The simulation began. Alex moved cautiously at first, dodging the larger asteroids with careful leaps and using the suit to propel himself over smaller ones. Then he noticed a cluster of data modules in a risky area, surrounded by fast-moving energy pulses. Many rookies would have waited for the pulses to pass, wasting precious time. But Alex had an idea. He calculated the timing, leapt, and used the suit's momentum to slide between the pulses, snatching 2 data modules in a single move. Then, using a nearby asteroid as a springboard, he flipped into the next cluster, collecting 3 more modules in rapid succession. The simulation's AI tried to predict his path, but Alex's improvisation was too unpredictable, too human. When he finally exited the field, Leora was waiting, clapping her hands. "Remarkable. You didn't just complete the simulation, you excelled at it." "That's exactly what I mean by humans doing the unexpected." Alex laughed, exhausted but thrilled. "I never thought I'd be proud of dodging space rocks," he said. Leora grinned. "You should be proud of using your brain and instincts together. That's what keeps humans alive. And that's why we'll survive, no matter what aliens throw at us." As they left the training dome, Alex felt a newfound confidence. He had entered the day as an accidental intruder, unsure of himself. But now, after facing the exosuit, the simulations, and his own limits, he knew something important. Humans were clever, resilient, and adaptable, and sometimes, even the smallest spark of ingenuity could turn the tide of a battle. For the first time, Alex felt ready not just to assist the captain, but to face the unknown dangers of space and prove the true power of humanity. Outside the training bay, the stars stretched endlessly, waiting for the next human challenge. And Alex couldn't wait to see what came next. The alarm blared through the horizon's edge, shaking Alex from his thoughts. Red lights pulsed across the corridors, and the intercom crackled with Leora's calm, commanding voice. "Attention all personnel. Unidentified spacecraft approaching. All hands to stations. This is not a drill." Alex's heart raced. This was it, the first real test. No simulations. No holograms. Just the cold reality of the unknown. He dashed to the armor bay where the exosuit waited. Leora was already there, checking the suit's energy levels with precise movements. Her eyes met his, sharp and focused. "Alex," she said, "today isn't a simulation. Stay sharp. Use what you learned, and trust your instincts." "I will, Captain," Alex replied, tightening the suit straps. He felt the familiar hum of energy as the suit powered on, enhancing his reflexes, his strength, and his speed. The ship shook as the alien scouts made their presence known. Outside the viewport, Small but sleek ships moved in perfect formation, like predators circling prey. They were fast, calculated, and unlike anything Alex had ever seen. "Follow me," Leora commanded. She led him to the observation deck, where the tactical display projected the battlefield in 3 dimensions. Holographic lines traced the alien ships' paths. "Rookies often panic here," Leora said, noticing Alex's wide eyes. "But panic won't help. Humans survive because we adapt. Watch, think, and act." Alex took a deep breath. He studied the formation. There were too many ships to confront head-on, and the horizon's edge couldn't outrun them. But he noticed something the display didn't highlight: a small gap between the alien ships' patrol patterns. It was tiny, risky, but it could allow a strike that might disorient them. "I see an opening," Alex said, pointing to the gap. "If we can lure a few ships there, we might create confusion in their formation." Leora's eyes sparkled with approval. "Good. That's exactly the kind of thinking humans excel at. Let's put your plan into action." Alex and Leora moved to the launch bay, where smaller interceptor drones were stored. With the exosuit assisting him, Alex ran along the deck, leaping over obstacles with ease. The suit amplified his strength so he could handle heavy drone equipment effortlessly. "Deploy the drones into the gap," he suggested. "Then we use energy pulses to push them back, causing a chain reaction." Leora nodded, impressed. "Do it." Alex controlled the drones with precision, guiding them into the narrow gap. His heart raced as alien scouts reacted immediately, attempting to block the maneuver. But Alex anticipated their response. He adjusted drone positions, creating a trap that forced the alien ships to collide with one another just enough to disrupt their formation without destroying them. The horizon's edge shuddered as the alien formation staggered. Crew members cheered quietly, impressed by the ingenuity of a rookie who had stumbled into the captain's lab by accident only days ago. "Humans do the unexpected," Leora muttered, a smile tugging at her lips. "That's our advantage." Alex felt a thrill. He wasn't just part of a crew, he was proving the human edge. Strength, technology, and intelligence combined with cleverness could overcome even superior forces. The alien scouts regrouped and sent a larger wave of ships toward the ship. Alex and Leora prepared to confront them directly. Alex moved toward the external turret bay, where the suit's enhanced agility allowed him to scale walls and leap across platforms. He reached the main turret and activated its controls. The suit responded instantly to his thoughts, aiming and firing with precision. Lasers streaked through space, and Alex ducked, dodged, and leaped, avoiding counterattacks from the alien ships. The suit enhanced his reflexes, but it was Alex's creativity that made the difference. He noticed patterns in the alien attacks and used the environment, asteroids, energy shields, and even his own drones to block incoming fire and strike at weak points. "Nice work, Alex," Leora shouted over the comms. "They're struggling to adapt. Keep pushing." Alex gritted his teeth and focused. He guided the suit's movements carefully, using momentum to launch himself from one turret to another, firing energy pulses and disabling alien engines. He realized that the suit was only as good as the human controlling it, and he felt a surge of pride. Humanity's edge wasn't in technology alone, it was in clever minds. One of the alien ships broke formation and attempted a surprise flank. Alex reacted instinctively, leaping from a turret, swinging on a support beam, and landing behind the flanking ship. Using the suit's enhanced strength, he pulled a small energy module from the ship, causing it to lose power. The alien pilot, if it could be called that, had no idea what had happened. "That's it," Leora exclaimed. "Exactly the kind of move humans excel at." The remaining alien scouts, now disoriented, began to retreat. Alex and Leora coordinated with the rest of the crew, using both drones and the ship's energy shields to push the enemy back beyond sensor range. When the alarms finally stopped, the horizon's edge floated quietly among the stars once more. The crew was tired but relieved. Alex took a moment to catch his breath, the exosuit humming softly as it powered down slightly. "You did more than survive, Alex," Leora said, placing a hand on his shoulder. You proved that humans can do the unexpected. That's what keeps us alive out here. Against enemies who rely only on patterns and precision. Humans improvise. Humans adapt. Humans think. Alex felt a deep sense of accomplishment. He had gone from an accidental intruder to an active participant in a critical space engagement. He realized that the suit was amazing, but it was his human ingenuity that had made the difference. Later, in the observation lounge, the crew celebrated quietly. Alex sat beside Leora, looking out at the stars. "You handled yourself well," she said. "Not everyone could have done what you did today. Many would have frozen, relying only on the suit's enhancements. You used your mind. That's what makes humans remarkable." Alex smiled. "I guess accidents can lead to good things," he said, thinking back to the moment he had walked into her lab by mistake. Leora chuckled. "Sometimes, yes. But remember this. Every challenge will test you in new ways. The alien threat is only the beginning. Humanity thrives because we never stop thinking, never stop adapting. You showed that today." Alex looked back at the stars, feeling a surge of determination. He knew there would be harder tests, bigger enemies, and unknown dangers waiting. But he also knew that he had discovered something important. Humans weren't just survivors. They were clever, resourceful, and capable of facing any challenge. And with that knowledge, he felt ready for the next mission. As the horizon's edge continued its journey through the vastness of space, Alex realized one more thing. Being human was not just about survival. It was about creativity, courage, and using every advantage, including mistakes, accidents, and instincts to succeed where others might fail. Today, he had proven that even a rookie could make a difference. And tomorrow, he would do it again because humans never gave up. And that was the greatest strength any of them had. The horizon's edge drifted silently among the stars, its sensors alert and crew on high readiness. After the first encounter with the alien scouts, everyone knew that the threat was far from over. The aliens had tested humanity once, but now they were coming back with something smarter, faster, and more coordinated. Alex stood on the observation deck, gazing at the vast expanse of space. His hands were folded behind his back, and the exosuit hummed softly in its standby mode. Today, he wasn't just a trainee, he was a crucial part of the crew, trusted with real decisions, in real danger. Captain Leora joined him, her gaze fixed on the starfield. "They won't make the same mistakes again," she said quietly. "They're learning, adapting, just like us. That's why we have to stay ahead, Alex. Not just with technology, but with clever thinking and teamwork." Alex nodded, feeling a surge of determination. "We can do it, Captain. Humans have always found a way." Leora smiled faintly. "Exactly. Now, let's see how well you can put that belief into action." The alert sirens blared suddenly, cutting through the quiet of the observation deck. Red lights flashed, casting long shadows across the walls. Holographic displays projected a wave of alien ships approaching from multiple directions. "They're here," Alex said, his voice steady but intense. "Much larger force this time. They're coordinated. They're testing our defense." Leora's expression sharpened. "All hands to stations. Alex, you're with me on the tactical deck. We'll need quick thinking more than brute force." The two sprinted down the corridor, Alex's exosuit amplifying his speed, allowing him to dodge obstacles effortlessly. He marveled at how seamlessly it responded to his thoughts, moving as if it were part of him. By the time they reached the tactical deck, the crew was already coordinating defensive strategies. Energy shields were activated, drones deployed, and weapon systems powered up. The holographic display showed the alien ships moving in complex formations, almost like a living organism with multiple limbs. "Here's the situation," Leora said, pointing at the display. "They're splitting into 3 groups. One group will try to distract us from the front, another will flank from the side, and the third, they'll attempt to disable our shields directly. If we panic, we're done, but if we think ahead, we can turn this to our advantage." Alex studied the display, his mind working quickly. What if we focus on the flanking group first? If we can disrupt their formation, the other two groups might hesitate. That would give us time to protect the shields. Leora nodded approvingly. Good. That's exactly the kind of strategy humans excel at. Let's put it into action. The two moved to the external turret bays. Alex activated the suit's targeting system, and energy pulses streaked into space, hitting the alien flanking ships. But the aliens were fast and adapted quickly, evading most of the shots. This is where humans make the difference, Alex said to himself. Think, adapt, improvise. He noticed a small cluster of asteroids nearby. An idea sparked. Using the suit's enhanced strength and agility, he grabbed a few asteroids and flung them into the path of the flanking ships. The aliens collided with the rocks, causing chaos in their formation. Alex! Leora shouted over the comms, a rare note of excitement in her voice. That worked perfectly. The alien front group, seeing the disruption, slowed their advance. Alex adjusted his strategy, using drones to create energy barriers, forcing the remaining aliens into predictable patterns. Humans don't just fight, they create opportunities, Leora said, watching him. You're learning fast. The alien ships weren't giving up. They sent a coordinated strike toward the shield generators. Alex realized brute force alone wouldn't save them. Thinking quickly, he guided the drones to intercept the energy blasts, redirecting the attacks toward empty space. At the same time, he used the suit to leap from turret to turret, disabling alien weapon systems with precision strikes. The crew followed his lead, working as one. Every human on the ship was contributing their unique skills, engineers adjusting energy flows, pilots maneuvering drones, and officers coordinating defenses. The aliens were surprised. They had expected mechanical efficiency, but they hadn't accounted for human ingenuity and teamwork. Alex felt a surge of pride. They weren't just surviving, they were turning the battle into a demonstration of humanity's edge. One alien ship broke through the defenses and headed straight for the bridge. Alex reacted instantly, leaping into the air and using the suit's enhanced strength to grab a nearby energy cable. He swung across the corridor, intercepting the alien craft mid-flight. With a precise push, he sent it spinning, harmlessly away from the ship. Leora clapped him on the shoulder as he landed. Excellent! That's exactly what I mean, using your brain and instincts together. Humans can do the unexpected, and that's why we survive. The alien forces, now disoriented, began retreating. The crew quickly pressed the advantage, coordinating counterattacks that pushed the enemy beyond sensor range. When the alarms finally stopped, the horizon's edge floated in silence once again. The crew was exhausted, but exhilarated. Alex removed the suit. Feeling the familiar hum fade, he realized that while the suit enhanced him, it was his quick thinking, creativity, and courage that had truly made the difference. In the observation lounge, the crew celebrated quietly. Alex sat beside Leora, watching the stars. You handled yourself brilliantly, she said. Many rookies would have panicked, relying only on the suit. But you thought, adapted, and led the defense. That's what makes humans remarkable. Alex smiled, still catching his breath. Exactly, Leora said. Humans survive because we think ahead, improvise, and work together. Technology helps, but cleverness, courage, and teamwork, that's our true advantage. That's the human edge. Alex felt a deep sense of pride. He had faced real danger, made quick decisions, and seen the power of human ingenuity in action. He realized that humans weren't just survivors, they were innovators, problem solvers, and a force to be reckoned with in the vastness of space. Captain, Alex said, I think I understand now. Humans really can do the unexpected. We can turn even small advantages into victory. Leora nodded, her eyes shining. And today, you proved it. Remember this feeling, Alex. The aliens will come back. There will be harder challenges. But humanity will always find a way. Because we never stop thinking. Never stop adapting. And never give up. Alex looked out at the stars, feeling a renewed sense of purpose. He knew the next encounter would be even more dangerous. But he was ready to face whatever came next. Using every tool, every idea, and every ounce of human ingenuity to protect the ship, the crew, and humanity itself. As the horizon's edge resumed its journey through the endless stars, Alex realized something important. Humans weren't just fighters, they were creators, thinkers, and survivors. And when humans worked together, combining technology with cleverness, no challenge was too great. He smiled, ready for whatever lay ahead. Humanity had proven itself once again, and Alex knew that together, they could face anything the universe threw at them. The stars stretched endlessly outside the horizon's edge, glittering cold and distant, as though watching silently. Inside, the ship hummed with tension. Intelligence reports had confirmed it. The alien forces were returning, larger and more coordinated than ever. This time, there would be no distraction, no test. This was the real battle. Alex stood on the observation deck, exosuit strapped on and fully powered. The suit hummed like a living thing, responding to his movements, ready to enhance every thought, every instinct, every decision. His heart pounded, but it was no longer fear. It was determination, a fierce, human determination. Captain Leora approached, her usual calm composure tempered by urgency. "Alex," she said, "this is it. Every decision we make will count. The aliens are adapting, learning from their previous defeats. They won't expect the creativity humans are capable of. That's our edge. Remember it. Use it." Alex nodded, gripping the control panel on the deck. "I understand, Captain. Humans will find a way. We always do." Leora gave a small smile. "Exactly. Now, let's prove it." The alarm sounded, and the ship shook as the alien fleet appeared on the sensors. Hundreds of ships, moving in tight formations. Each one sleek, fast, and deadly. The crew went to their stations, energy shields rising, turrets activating, and drones ready for deployment. Alex's eyes scanned the enemy. He could see the differences from their previous encounters. The aliens had improved their coordination, adjusted their attack patterns, and targeted weak points more efficiently. But they had one weakness. They could not predict human ingenuity. "Alex," Leora said, "I want you to take point with the interceptor drones. Distract and disorient them. Use the suit to coordinate attacks in ways the aliens won't anticipate. Think fast. Improvise. Adapt." "Yes, Captain," Alex replied, feeling the thrill of responsibility. He activated the drones, sending them into the alien fleet with precise commands. The ships moved unpredictably, weaving between asteroids, creating illusions of vulnerability, and drawing enemy fire. The aliens reacted with mechanical precision, but they couldn't account for the humans' creativity. Alex noticed a pattern forming in the alien movements. They were confident, relying on algorithms and strategy learned from prior encounters. But every algorithm had limits. Every pattern had blind spots. Alex exploited them. Using the suit's enhanced reflexes, he leaped from turret to turret, launching energy pulses with pinpoint accuracy. He guided the drones into tight spaces between alien ships, forcing collisions and confusion. Every move was calculated, but also improvisational. Each decision relied on observation, instinct, and creativity, the human edge in action. "Excellent, Alex," Leora shouted over the comms. "They're struggling to adapt. Keep the pressure." Alex gritted his teeth, focusing harder. The alien fleet tried to regroup, sending a strike team directly toward the ship's shield generators. Normally, this would have been catastrophic, but Alex had anticipated it. He guided the drones to intercept the strike, creating a web of energy barriers that redirected the alien attacks harmlessly into empty space. Then, using the suit, he grabbed a large asteroid fragment and hurled it with precise force, colliding with the lead alien ship and sending it spinning away. The rest of the strike team faltered, confused by the unexpected maneuver. "Humans improvise," Leora exclaimed. "They can't predict us." Alex felt a surge of pride. The suit was powerful, yes, but it was his mind that made the difference. Technology amplified human ability, but human creativity, courage, and adaptability determined the outcome. The aliens launched another wave, this one larger and faster, attempting to overwhelm the ship from all directions. Alex's brain worked faster than ever. He spotted weaknesses, calculated trajectories, and coordinated both the drones and turret fire in real time. The suit enhanced his movements, but it was his decisions, his creativity, that gave humanity the upper hand. One alien ship broke through the defenses, heading straight for the bridge. Alex reacted instinctively, leaping from a turret, swinging on a support beam, and intercepting the ship mid-flight. Using the suit's strength, he redirected it into a cluster of other enemy ships, causing chaos and buying precious seconds. "Alex!" Leora shouted. "That was brilliant." The remaining alien ships hesitated, confused by the unexpected tactics. The crew seized the opportunity, coordinating energy pulses, drone attacks, and maneuvering the horizon's edge with expert precision. One by one, the alien vessels were disabled or forced to retreat. Alex felt exhaustion creeping in, but he pushed it aside. Focus. Anticipate. Adapt. Every move, every decision mattered. Humanity's survival depended on their ingenuity, teamwork, and resilience. Finally, the alien fleet began to retreat. Sensors confirmed it. The majority had fled beyond sensor range, their formations broken, their attacks thwarted. The horizon's edge floated silently once more, victorious. The crew erupted in cheers. Alex removed the suit, panting but exhilarated. He realized something profound. Today wasn't just a victory because of weapons or technology. It was a victory because of humans. Their cleverness, courage, and ability to improvise had turned the tide. Leora approached him, her eyes shining with pride. "You did it, Alex. Not just you, everyone, but your decisions made a huge difference. You proved what humans are capable of when we think, adapt, and act together." Alex smiled, still catching his breath. "We really did it. Humans actually did it." "Exactly," Leora said. "Technology helps, but it's humans who make it matter. That's the human edge. Never forget it." Later, in the observation lounge, Alex sat beside the captain, looking out at the endless stars. The ship was safe. The crew was alive, and humanity had proven itself once more. "You handled the drones and suit perfectly," Leora said softly. "But the real victory came from your thinking. You saw the gaps, the patterns, and used them to our advantage. That's what humans do best. Adapt, improvise, and turn the impossible into possible." Alex nodded, feeling a deep sense of pride. He realized he had grown, not just in skill but in understanding what it meant to be human in the vastness of space. It wasn't raw strength or speed that mattered most. It was courage, creativity, and the ability to think beyond what seemed possible. "Captain," Alex said, "I think I finally understand. Technology gives us power, but humans give it meaning. That's why we survive, why we thrive. That's why we have an edge." Leora smiled, placing a hand on his shoulder. "Exactly. Remember this day, Alex. The universe will always throw challenges at us. There will be bigger enemies, more dangerous situations. But humanity will never be defeated. Not as long as we think, adapt, and never give up." Alex looked out at the stars again, feeling a surge of determination. The universe was vast and full of dangers, but he no longer felt small or powerless. He had seen the human edge in action. He had felt it in his own actions, and he knew that as long as humans relied on their intelligence, creativity, and courage, no threat could stop them. As the horizon's edge continued its journey, gliding silently through the cosmos, Alex understood something important. Being human was not just about survival. It was about using every advantage, every idea, and every spark of ingenuity to create victory where others saw only danger. And in that moment, he felt ready for anything the universe could throw at him. Because humans always find a way.